RGC stock is proving that the strength that it began to pick up from let's see, when was this, the 13th of 13th or 14th of 13th of March, that took it to the highs of 69.93 intraday high. Wasn't a pump and dump. It wasn't a pump and dump, because we normally know pump and dump of low float stocks. They will pump it, and then after 1 or 2 days, it is back to where it all began. But it's still holding much of those strength. You can say, yeah, you can argue that it is gradually coming down. On this 4 hour chart, we can see that there are indications that it's going to gradually collapse. But in any case, what I didn't point out in those videos I covered concerning this stock is that on the 21st of March, the company's CEO supported a share repurchase program and personally financed funds to um, finance the acquisition. The initial transaction involved a buyback of 652,000 shares from investment company Digital Mobile Venture at an average price of $9.5 a piece for a total of $6.1 million. Following the acquisition, the chief executive officer owned a little over 11 million shares, representing 86% of the firm. I think the company has 800,000 shares outstanding right now, very low float stock. But shares outstanding, I think around 18 million. So this CEO is owning now owns around like I pointed out, 86% of the shares outstanding. Um, yeah, we didn't I didn't point that out. So it's still holding much of those gains. So the point of all of this is that the strength ran up. The fact that it continued to extend on up till the 24th of March. This will be, I think, the best part of maybe 2 weeks. Let me see now. Best part of 2 weeks. Let's see. 2 trading weeks. Let's see. Let's go back to March. March the 13th. Yeah, the best part of 2 trading weeks. Yeah, okay, the best part of 1 week. Best part of 1 week. It's not usual. Pump and dumps usually don't occur like that. They don't. You don't pump them, and then after more than through more than one. It was actually more than one trading week, more than 5 trading sessions. It was way more than that. Way more than that. As a matter of fact, closed. To be honest, actually closed over over a week of over a week of trading sessions. It was over a week because from the 13th of March to the 24th of March, it's over a week. Yes, over a week of over 5 days, over 5 trading sessions. Yeah, you don't pump a stock and like and over that length of time, and at some point, usually the way we know them, they pump them over 1 or 2 days, and then it crashes back. So indeed, there is, we can see here a V reversal and retracement down, but of late we have seen some consolidation going on here. Yeah, this is it's a 4 hour chart. So, and as things stand right now, we have let's see, we have projections here saying that it has a downward projection of 9.54. 9.54 is right around the sort of level that they began to do when they repurchase. That's the repurchase price. But already by that time, on the 21st of March, the stock was already at $39. It was already at $39. So yeah, I don't know how to read that deal, but in any case, yeah, that's what was done. Okay, now let me. I left off where I digressed. So 9.54 downward projection, 13.64, 13.69, 20.41. Those are downward projections. Upper projection is 40.56, 47.65, 52.02. All of these are on its daily chart, on its 4 hour chart. So weakness is projected. This is its 4 hour chart. Weakness is projected, and then that is also validated by the projection of the momentum of its 10-day moving average, 10 period moving average. So Let's have a look at the weekly chart and see what's going on. Daily chart. So on the daily chart, pretty much the same thing. It's just that on the 4 hour chart you will have intraday highs, but here it closed the peak it closed at was 58.87. This was on the 21st of March. So that particular day, the day that that repurchase program was announced. So what we can see here is that there is an extrapolation, the interaction of the extrapolation of its 10 and 21-day moving averages. You can see this bubble here that has formed. Maybe it is probably an indication that we might see a spike of late. Some sort of volatility expansion might occur anytime soon. The peak of that will be on Tuesday, the 15th of April, and then after that, it's going to be downhill in terms of the extrapolation. But you and I know very well that things can suddenly change. Things can always change. So here we have, let's see, upper projections of what do we have? Do we have? There are no down projections on this chart. There are no downward projections. Everything is really ambitious. We have 66.86, really ambitious. 86.01, 110.84, 126.19. And I have to point out that the projections we had then, 57.02, 59.44, 64.68, 68.97. If you have a look at the daily chart, all of those projections were all met. They were all met. So we're still hanging on to them, given that the stock has pulled back from those levels now, has corrected from those levels. It's a low float stock. I'm not exactly sure whether there will be enough. There will be enough catalyst. There will be enough incentive to go out on the stock and try to buy it again. Because when it all began, it was trading at the lows of around $3.97. That's the fact that it was a low float and was a penny stock is a great combination of factors. But now that it's no longer a penny stock, but still low float, you know, not the same thing as it was before. So I'm not exactly sure whether there'll be enough catalyst to spur it even to higher prices or to begin to test the highs of around $69 that it has printed on its intraday. I mean, it's printed on its 4 hour chart. So you can see the previous pumps, and they all eventually came back, fizzled back. But you could say here that it wasn't. You can see that it was pumped, but it didn't come back right away. It gradually died, gradually came back and started to consolidate. Maybe you could say that that is probably what we are facing now. But then it wasn't. Yeah, you could say that as well. You could say yes. It wasn't pumped as high this time around. It was pumped to the highs of around $69. Here it was only pumped to the highs of around 14.99. You could indeed make that argument. You could indeed make that argument. So yeah. So the point of all of this is that RGC is still holding those gains, but there's no guarantee that it's going to continue or it's going to spike again. You know, just be really careful about a company like a stock like RGC. It's a low float stock. Probably I don't exactly know what the market cap is, but it's the market cap is most certainly the sort of figure that a any chap can influence. Being that it has a low float stock and also a very small market cap, and a lot of things can happen. A lot of things can happen. We've seen stocks like JYD, FMTO, RSLS, and STSS. We've seen them we've seen rock pools of them, and all of these stocks are all low float stocks, So just be really careful. Just be really careful. Okay. I'll continue to update you. Thank you very much for watching this video.